The headlines: Prime Minister Abiy visits displaced Gedo community. Service held for the victims of plane crash. Hello to you all. This is Oromia Broadcasting Network English News Service, and I'm Addis Ababa. Here is the first one. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed traveled to Gadab district Sunday morning to assess the state of Gedo community members who are currently in temporary shelters. According to the Office of the Prime Minister, members of the displaced expressed their grievances to Prime Minister Abiy. During his visit, the Premier has held discussions with representatives of the displaced people. The zonal and regional administrations have requested the federal government earlier this week to supply humanitarian assistance to displaced people. The federal government, through the National Disaster Risk Management Commission, has been transporting humanitarian supplies to the areas as of March 11th. Service has been held at Trinity Cathedral Church for the victims of Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 crash in Finfinne City on Sunday. Relatives of 157 victims of the crash, government officials, and religious leaders have attended the farewell service at Bole International Airport in the Finfinne City. Senior government officials, including board chairperson of Ethiopian Airlines, Abadullah Gammada, deputy board chairperson of Ethiopian Airlines, Dr. Arqaba Kubai, and the Minister of Finance, Ahmed Shide, among others, were in attendance of the service, where they have been also laid wreath of flower. Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 on regular scheduled flight to Nairobi, Kenya, crashed last Sunday morning around Bishoftu, 47 kilometers away from the capital Finfinne City, killing all the 149 passengers and 8 crew members on board. The Ethiopian investigation into the crash is being assisted by teams from around the world, including the US and France. The aircraft's flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, or black box as they are often called, have been recovered, and investigators are hoping they will shed light on the tragedy. Vice President of the Oromia Regional State, Taiba Hassan, who is also coordinator of social cluster of the region, has inaugurated Guduru Hospital, built at a cost of over 56 million birr in Kombolcha town of Horro Guduru Wallagga Zone. Fakadu Brano presents the story.
Guduru Hospital in Horro Guduru Wallagga Zone has been inaugurated by Vice President of the Oromia Regional State, who is also coordinator of social cluster of the region, Taiba Hassan. On the event, Taiba underscored that public questions will be answered if the hospital properly gives quality and swift services for the public. The aim of the Oromia Regional State is not only building such beautiful buildings across the region, but also giving quality and swift services in these buildings, because our people need services from us, not buildings. In doing so, experts who are working in the hospital have double responsibility. You should serve your people with great sense of responsibility, he said. He also called upon the public to stand by the side of the government in every development activity. The government is striving with all its capacity to answer public questions more than any other time. We need our people's support in doing so. While the government is doing development activities, you should keep peace of your surroundings, she said. Head of the Oromia Health Bureau, Dr. Dereje Duguma, for his part, said the hospital is built at a cost of 56 million birr, adding that his bureau is working with due attention to fulfill medical equipment for the hospital. Many materials are being transported. It will arrive here within a short period of time. We are also working to bring quality health professionals. Residents of Kombolcha town have expressed their happiness over the hospital, hoping it will solve many problems. Previously, there were maternal and child deaths due to lack of such hospitals. I hope this hospital will fully solve the problem.
Board members of the Oromia Broadcasting Network, OBN, have visited the Oromia Media Complex under construction in Finfinne City. The complex is being constructed at a cost over 1.4 billion birr. Lata Teresa brings us the detail.
Board member of Oromia Broadcasting Network and OBN Management visited the Oromia Media Complex building under construction in Finfinne City and the Bole subsidy. On the event, manager of the project, Engineer Tesfaye Condon, said construction of the media complex would be finalized as per the scheduled time.
We hope and we are confident we will finish this project within the given contract period of time.
Chairperson of the board of the OBN, who is also chief of the staff of Prime Minister Office, Shimalis Abdisa, said the board will make the necessary follow-up and supervision.
Works are underway in order to ensure the benefit of our people more than ever. The Oromia Regional State has allocated huge budget in billion for this cause. The construction is delayed. The contractors told us that design-related matters are the cause of the delays.
Shimalis underscored that the board is working tirelessly with OBN management to open up new branches of the network in various countries in order to promote history, culture, and values of the Oromo people to the world.
The board is working cooperatively with management of OBN to open up new branches of the media in various countries.
The board chairperson stated that the completion of the Oromia Media Complex building construction at the scheduled time is the stand of the board, expressing that the Oromia regional government has made enough support. OBN board member, who is also Director General of the Oromia Revenue Authority, Chaltu Sane, said she hopes that the project will be competent at international level, adding the board will be committed for the realization of the cause. Director General of the Oromia Broadcasting Network, Zinabu Asrat, stressed that OBN is working to be competent media house.
The board has set future working direction so as to fulfill the interest of our people towards information. It will play a pivotal role to quicken the work. Not only building, but also capacity building is very crucial. We are ready to meet the interest of Oromo people. We are committed to capacitate this media through giving training for our employees by sending even abroad.
Zinabu said the standard of the construction of the media complex fulfills all the criteria of the media of developed countries.
Media complex in Our commitment is to build this media complex in a manner that fits the criteria of any media complex in the world. The same is true for the government stand. We are working taking this into account.
The media complex is being built at a cost of 1.4 billion per budget.
A 5.9 kilometers asphalt road built at an outlay of over 99 million government budget in Nagalle town of Guji zone has been inaugurated. Mayor of Nagalle town, Balli Badu, said the road would quicken development of the town. Chief Administrator of Guji zone, Robert Turche, for his part, called on the public to work with the government on socio-economic and political spheres. Director General of the Oromia Roads Authority, Dr. Engineer Habtamu Itafa, told the public to use the road with great care. Coordinator of Rural Development Cluster with the protocol of Vice President of the region, Dr. Girma Mante, after inaugurating the road, said the public should use the road as a tool to quicken their economic development. Dr. Girma also called on the public to ensure peace and stability of their areas, which he said development is unthinkable without sustainable peace. Residents of the town have expressed their joy over the road they got. Ethiopia has launched a national food and nutrition policy on Saturday that was approved by the Council of Ministers last November. The policy, which is believed to play a major role towards addressing the country's nutrition challenges, aims at preventing 5.2 million children from stunting. The policy also focuses on complementary feeding at all age levels. It was noted at an event organized today in Adama City, Oromia Regional State, to announce the official launching of the policy. The State Minister of Health, Liya Taddese, said the country has also been implementing various schemes, including a school feeding program, to fight stunting and other nutrition-related challenges. According to FBC website, it is to be recalled that the government of Ethiopia unveiled national nutrition program called Sekota Declaration in July 2015 to end stunting in children under 2 years of age by 2030. The Sekota Declaration has a 15-year roadmap that provides strategic guidance to be executed in 3 phases, namely innovation, expansion, and scale-up phases. That brings us to the end for this news edition. Thank you for watching. I will be back after a couple of minutes with Peak of the Week. This is Oromia Broadcasting Network, and our program is Peak of the Week. And here is the first one. Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 on regular scheduled flight to Nairobi, Kenya crashed this morning around Bishoftu, 47 kilometers away from the capital Finfinne city, killing all the 149 passengers and 8 crew members on board. Actually, the crash took 1 week, and Sorecha Kabanecha brings us the detail.
Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737/800 MAX with registration number ET-AVJ took off at 08:38 am local time from Finfinne City Bole International Airport and lost contact at 08:44 am, according to a statement Ethiopian Airlines sent to Oromia Broadcasting Network. The aircraft Boeing 737 on regular scheduled flight to Nairobi, Kenya, crashed on Sunday morning near Bishoftu, 47 kilometers away from the capital Finfinne City, killing all the 149 passengers and 8 crew members on board. There were no survivors in the crash. The passengers said came from 35 countries: Ethiopians, Kenyans, Canadians, Chinese, Americans, Italians, Indians, French, British, Egyptians, Dutch, Russian, Moroccans, Israelis are among those killed in the crash. The cause of the accident is being investigated, the airline said. B737/800 MAX aircraft is new to the skies and being launched in 2016. Ethiopia received the aircraft in July last year. 4 months ago, another brand new 737/800 MAX Lion Air had crashed in Indonesia. The Office of the Prime Minister, on behalf of the government and the people of Ethiopia, expressed its deepest condolences to the families of those that have lost their loved ones. Boeing Company also expressed its heartfelt sympathies to the families and the loved ones of the passengers and the crew on board, and stand ready to support the Ethiopian Airlines team. A Boeing technical team is prepared to provide technical assistance at the request and under the direction of the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board, the company said in a statement it issued. Office of the President, House of People's Representatives, and the European Union in Ethiopia also expressed their deep sorrow over the crash.
This is our program called the Peak of the Week, and our first issue focused on the air crash took place on this day last Sunday. And let's proceed to the remaining one. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed and President Emmanuel Macron of France have visited the Rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Lalibela, Aboriginal State. Aklilu Gabru has more on this.
President of France Emmanuel Macron has arrived at Lalibela, Amhara Regional State, as part of his 2 days official visit to Ethiopia. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed welcomed the president upon his arrival at Lalibela International Airport. Emmanuel Macron visited the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, which were inscribed as UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed on the event said that the arrival of the president is all about keeping the pledge of the French government to renovate the Lalibela Rokewen churches. The aim of the visit is that during my visit to France, I told President Macron about Lalibela Rokewen churches and its current status. And then France agreed to provide support, and Macron arrived here by keeping his pledge. This is the side which reveals the Ethiopian ancient history, but the current generation has to walk with courage, just like our forefathers, to write its own history. President Emmanuel Macron also appreciated the scene of Lalibela Rokewen churches during his visit. Negusu Tilaun, press secretary at Prime Minister office, said that the two leaders will sign agreements to deepen long-standing relationships of the two countries.
Ethiopia and France have signed a cooperation agreement to work together on various sectors, thereby cementing their relations. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed bid farewell to President Emmanuel Macron as he concluded his two-day state visit to Ethiopia. Hirilata Teresa for more on this.
Prime Minister of Ethiopia Dr. Abiy Ahmed and President of France Emmanuel Macron have held talks regarding mutual benefit of the two nations at the office of the PM. On the event, mutual agreements have been signed on improving economic status, financial support, cultural heritage preservation, national defense forces capacity building, and investment. Following the signing event, the two leaders have made a joint communique. Ethiopian Premier Dr. Abiy in a statement said the signed agreement was aimed to implement what the two leaders had discussed in Paris during his tour to Europe. He accentuated that the agreement is vital to succeed Ethiopia's plan of building a strong air force and maritime.
They have shown us that they have high interest to preserve Ethiopian history and the ancient civilization. They made this because of high appreciation and respect they have in this regard. My government would like to thank them. Ethiopia is in need to build a strong air force. Especially, we've agreed with government of France to work together on air and marine force. The agreement could be considered as a great accord that we made with European countries.
Dr. Abiy stressed that the agreement signed concerning investment would have a pivotal role in reducing unemployment problems and contribute to economic growth of the country.
Regarding investment support, we've agreed that France investors would invest in Ethiopia, come with new knowledge and wealth. This is a great hope to solve job-related problems. They reiterated their interest to send investors to Ethiopia, persuading them. We've discussed many issues and agreed upon.
Expressing that they had conferred on ways of cementing long-standing ties of the two countries, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy stated that the issue of future cooperation dominates the talk. President of France Emmanuel Macron, for his part, has expressed his condolence over the deaths of citizens due to airplane crash happened in Ethiopia. He wished comfort for families of the victims. He affirmed the full support of France's government to improve Ethiopian economy and ensure peace and security. Macron added that his country will work tirelessly to strengthening more its historic ties with Ethiopia.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Premier ministre.
Ethiopia is known for its ancient civilization and history among African nations. We will make professional and financial support to conserve and preserve this history. Regarding the air and maritime forces, we will make knowledge and material support.
According to President Macron, in order to strengthen the economic ties of both countries, France Development Agency will provide 85 million euros to Ethiopia in loan and contribute 15 million euros in form of support.
Concerning economy, we are opening a new chapter. France Development Agency has decided to provide 85 million euros to Ethiopia in loan, whereas 50 million euros to support the ongoing reform agenda in Ethiopia. Besides this, we are ready to support the efforts being exerted to improve the economic status of the country. Prominent business persons have come with us here to look at the existing precondition. What I want to reassure you is that You will have full support from France's government in realizing your vision of building strong economy and ensuring peace and stability.
Macron said that France will work with Ethiopia cooperatively to fight terrorism in the Horn of Africa. He applauded the current remarkable progress in Ethiopia, adding his government will support Ethiopia for more success. President Macron has concluded his 2 days official visit to Ethiopia and headed to Kenya for similar cause.
That brings us to the end for this Peak of the Week edition. Thank you for watching and have a nice time with the remaining OBN's programs.
Sadari lava, gadan tate arki, ilmana la dokicha bekani. Sadari lava, gadan tate arki, ilmana la dokicha bekani.
Rinka.